Let's concentrate the today's topic. First, let us look into the filters. Okay, so then we'll go into the advanced filter. To prepare to use the filters, I'm preparing a small example here. So let me take a company, let me take area, let me take date, and let me take amount. Can I have quick company names? I can do that. Swiggy, Fasus, Zomato, Uber Eats, then Food Panda. Now what I'll be doing to make this example bigger, I'll just copy and drag this down. I'm just keeping that and drag this down. So let it be even 800, 900 rows, no problem. Now I will go for area east, west, south, north. What I'll be doing, let me select this data, copy paste. I need to have a date, so I'm using the rand between. We have already covered this function. 2010 1 I want to tell date of 2018 12 31st. So both functions of date will give you the dates. Those dates I have taken in the position of lower date and upper date, so I'll get some date between this. So copy paste. Now let me copy paste special values. Now equal to rand between 100 to 1000, copy and paste. So what I need to do, copy paste special values, then I should go here, I should convert this into a proper date format. Okay, so this is what my data I would be using today for all the features. As I said, I'll be covering advanced filter, advanced sorting. That is nothing but custom sorting, and if time permits, custom data validation. So in this case, if you want to give the filter, just select this entire area, then apply the filter. The shortcut to apply the filter is Alt D F F. You can go to the data tab, you can go to the filter. So let's open the shortcuts master paste. Yeah, I already given. Okay, Alt D F F is to get the filters. Alt D F F is to remove the filters, the same shortcuts. Alt D F S is to clear the filters from the filtered area. Friends, I asked you to select the entire data, go to the data and give the filter or remove the filter. Why, generally we are having an habit of, we don't, let's say there is a blank row here. We don't select the entire data, but we just keep the cursor here and we'll go and keep the filter. The problem with this is it will only consider the amounts. If you observe, the amounts are very little, right? Very few amounts are there. It consider only till there is a disconnection. Okay, it will not consider after the blank rows. So that's the reason. What is the excuse me, what is the suggestible method? Always select the entire data. Once you select the entire data and give the filter, now the entire data is part of your thing. Okay, the very important remark. It is always a good habit suggest to select the entire data, desired data set, and apply the following. 1. Filter to in case of sorting also. 3. In case of subtotals also. 4. In case of pivot table also. 5. In case of text to columns also. In all these cases, it is always better if you can select the data, right? So now the filter is basically the name itself is suggesting whatever the data I would like to get. The advantage of this filter is you are having a search button, right? Even you can use the wild cards in the search button. I told you, right? For example, asterisk O, asterisk O. Say it out. Zomato is there. Asterisk, okay, O, O, asterisk. Then you got Food Panda and Fasus. You are not getting the other things. Okay. So you can either go here, okay, or else you can use the text filters. As I told you, text filters are always equal to, doesn't equal to, begin with, end with, contains, doesn't contain. It will not go beyond this. Number filters are also having the logical related, greater than or equal to, and so on. These all are very simple. For example, if I want to take this Fasus, just select this, copy this, and if you paste wherever you want, as simple as it, right? Now, let us look into the advanced part of the filters. Basic, everyone knows, nothing is there. We just need to have a filter. And also, let me tell you one more thing. Filter is capable of even filtering the uh, background color. For example, I want to filter this. Now, let me remove this. So, let's say there is one more background color is this. Let's say there is one more background color is this. There is one more background color is this, and so on. Now, filter is capable of having one background color. Okay, for example, this. The limitation of the filter is that user cannot apply two filters at a time. Okay, two filters at a time for one field. Meaning is that we cannot filter. Hi Vinod. Hi Vinod, good morning. Just now the session started. Okay. Meaning is that we cannot filter for a company column Swiggy having yellow background. The problem is, let's go here. Okay. So now what I want to have Swiggy, then everything will come. Then I want to have filter by color. Not possible. Either this or this. Okay. So that is what the limitation of the filter. Now friends, if you observe, filter by color is basically two things, either cell color or font color. Filter by color, user can even filter the column by color. Okay. Cell color or font color. Any color is fine. Again, either this or this. You cannot select for this cell color for this font. No, not possible. Okay. And also one more important thing. For example, while I'm just doing the analysis, let me just give the phrase. While I'm doing the analysis, I want to select all the north, or else I want to select Zomato. What I need to do, either going here, selecting this, and so on, you can directly right click. Okay, are you finding filter and by selected cells? Yes. Once you click here, automatically based on that, the value will be selected. Okay, so that is what, just right click here and filter, then cell value. Friends, earlier we used to have a button like auto filter. Now by default auto filter is not coming. It's always a good habit to keep the auto filter, so that I need not to filter and remove it. Whenever it is required, I can just go to that cell and I can click auto filter, that automatically apply. How to get the auto filter? Go to the quick access toolbar, go to all commands. Once I go to all commands, then check it out here. Somewhere you'll find auto filter. Are you finding here auto filter? Let me double click this. And also clear filter. Are you finding anywhere clear the filter? Yeah, one sec. You will be finding. These two are generally good if you can keep maybe in the ribbon menu or quick access toolbar, so that whenever it is required, we can simply, yeah, create filters, right? Now, click OK. Now, for example, I am doing the analysis. I want to get the filter for this. What I can simply do, just go here, quick auto filter. So automatically that value got filtered. Let's say I don't want this anything now. Let me remove the, let me click here. Oh, this is not, yeah, here it is. Okay, let me select this and add it to the quick access toolbar. This is not the correct one. So this one, you just click it, automatically filter will get away. For example, I want to know how many I want to give the filter for this date. Just put the auto filter, automatically that will be part of your filter. So these two are handy if you can have this in the quick access toolbar, because every time for me, when I have a huge bunch of data, I'm trying to do the analysis and I want somewhere this value, how many times it is appearing, or maybe I want to filter and copy paste somewhere. So if that is the case, copying it, going over there and pasting into the search button is always a tedious. Instead, okay, I can go in this method, right? So these all are the small common things which are part of your data. Now, friends, let us look into the advanced filters. What is the meaning of basically the advanced filter? Are you finding here advanced? This is what the topic which I would like to talk. Advanced is basically, okay, based on, okay, let's take here advanced filters based on the criteria we can, okay, filter the data. So criteria where we need to put, for example, if I want to extract the FASUS, okay, data, go to that column, drop down, select the FASUS, click OK, then select this entire data, Control C, then you have to go here, should do pay special value and so on, right? Instead of this entirely, is there any better way which I can do that? Of course. Now you have to write the criteria at one place. Okay, this is company. Out of the company, I want to extract fossils. Friends, you must be very careful. Check it out carefully. Whoever having a knowledge of already advanced filter, but still listen, because we are going to cover advanced filter based on the formula also. Okay, this is what the criteria I kept. The very important piece is on criteria, whatever you are keeping on top, the name of the field must be there. Okay, while keeping the criteria, the title of the column is mandatory. Okay, so I've taken company, in that I've taken FASU separately. Now what I'm going to do, I'll go here data, I'll go to the advanced. Okay, so it is asking Sharon, what is the data list range? Where is our data? I can simply select this entirely. Okay, this is what my list range. This is what my data, out of which I want to extract something. Where is the criteria range? This is what my criteria. While you are selecting, including the headings, you need to do. See what Excel is doing. Excel is doing a very simple. Oh, is it screen freezes? No, Vinat, I think you need to log in again. Can you check it out? Because friends, could you please confirm whether the screen is audible, screen is visible, and my voice is audible clearly? Everyone? I think for everyone, everything is fine, Vinat. Regarding the screen, I request you to exit the session and join again. There must not be any problem. Maybe the internet connection is little low at your end. Okay, great. Yeah. See, concentrate. So criteria range, including the heading I am taking. What Excel is doing, Excel is just comparing the heading in the original data versus the criteria. Wherever the title is matching, then it is trying below values, it is trying to match whether it's equal to FASUS or not. It is as simple as it. I told you, right? Boolean values are very powerful. How it is working, maybe at the back end, is Swiggy equal to Swiggy? Is Swiggy equal to FASUS? False. So that means this record it will not consider. Is FASUS equal to FASUS? true, that means this falsus record it will consider. If Zomato equal to falsus, false, it will not consider. Wherever falsus is there, it will consider. Okay. Once I click OK, in the original data itself, I'll get the filter. Okay, see, all the falsus, okay, got selected. But friends, this is okay. Either you can go here and you can do that. But what we want, I want this data to be extracted outside instead of keeping the filter in the same place. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll just go to the advanced. Okay, same list. Now, list criteria range is exactly again same. Let me select the criteria again. Now, filter the list in place. This is what by default feature. That means by default I want to have a filter here itself. But Sharon, do you want to copy to another location? If you click this S, then it is asking you, Sharon, to which area I need to paste. Select this. Friends, when you select a blank cell, Excel understand that from this cell it has to paste, and you will get all the columns with this criteria. Let me click OK. See, automatically you got the FASUS. Vinath, is the problem got solved? Are you still facing the problem? Oh, still facing the problem. What is the problem? Your screen got freezed, is it? Maybe you kept somewhere pause or anything. Just take it out the button. No problem. Great. Okay. So this is what a way to get the data. Okay. This is the very basic thing. Don't worry. We'll go into little advanced. Okay. So it's okay. I'll cover the same example again. Okay. I'll cover the another example. So this is one thing. Now, for example, let me hide this. Now let us take another criteria. For example, I want to extract the area, this time east, okay, or else north. Now just go here. The shortcut for advanced filter is Alt D F A, okay, or else you can go to the data tab and you can click the advanced. Okay. Now this what my data. Let's go to the area. This what my criteria. Okay, now I want to get the data into different locations. So copy to another location. From where you want to get it, from here I want to get it. Once you click OK, everything will come here. Check it out. North data I have extracted. So it saves a lot of time because I need to filter here. I need to copy that data. I should go to the other place. I should paste the data and so on. Instead, I can simply use the advanced filter and I can get this. Now, one more. Have a look. Now, what I'm going to do, I want company and area both. Is it possible? Of course. Let's say company Zomato, area West. Now, what I'm going to do, all the F, sorry, all the FA. Then this time my criteria is this. Friends, headings are also very important. So I want to copy to another location. Just go here, paste into this, and I'm sure you'll get your answers. Just click OK. Okay, now just check it out. Zomato West. The meaning of keeping Zomato West one after other means it is both conditions has to satisfy. That means Zomato has to satisfy, West also satisfy. When the criteria items, okay, you can understand. When the criteria is one after other in the same row, okay, if the criteria is presented in the same row, that means and condition means all has to satisfy. When the criteria is presented in the same column, that means or condition means any one has to satisfy. Don't confuse please, I'll explain. You'll get to know. okay, meaning of it. For example, if I take company, area, then Uber Eats. Oh, sorry. This is Zomato and Uber Eats. Now I have kept one below other, okay, in different rows. That means this or this. Anything has to satisfy. Okay. So go to the advanced filter, go to the criteria range. My criteria range is this. I wanna get my data from copy to another location where I wanna copy it from here. So let's click OK. See, check it out. In this case, if you observe, it has taken Zomato over each both, right? That is what the meaning of that. Now let me hide this entirely. Okay. Now let us take little complex situations. For example, company is there. Now Swiggy is there. Now area is there. Now West is there. Friends, what is the meaning of it? This is what the okay. This is what the okay criteria. Now, what is the meaning of this? Either Swiggy or West. Now, let's go to advanced filter. Let us take the criteria. This is what my criteria is. Copy to another location. I want to get my data from here. Let me just click OK. So check it out. Every record must have either West or Swiggy. Either West or Swiggy. Check it out. That is the meaning of keeping in one row or different rows. For example, we'll take one more. Excel is a advanced filter is capable of even understanding the wildcards. For example, asterisk OO asterisk, then area asterisk TH. Now, could you please tell me what data it may extract? It will extract the companies which are having OO in the company name, that is Fasus and the Food Panda. Also, it will extract the companies which are having and which ends with area which ends with TH. That means north and south. So I want to be pasted here. So let me just click OK. Check it out. If you observe here, it is taking all the criteria. Fasus, Food Panda, Fasus, Food Panda, and also ends with south north. This even wildcard capable of getting with the okay advanced filter is capable of getting with the wildcards. Like this, you can take hundreds of examples. Now let us take something bigger. Now the company, now area, now the date. I want one more date, amount, and I want one more amount. Okay, what I want it should not equal to. I told you right in the sum if function how it is supporting not equal to and so on. Even here it supports. Now let's say I don't want it must be Swiggy, then it must equal to West, then it must be greater than or equal to 1st January 2018, then it must be less than or equal to 31st December 2018, then the amount must be paid out. The amount must be greater than or equal to 200, sorry, the amount must be greater than or equal to 200 and the amount must be less than or equal to 400. Please concentrate. See, in this case, because I kept everything in one row, all conditions has to be satisfied. Now let's look into the advanced filter ALDFA. This one, if you want to filter, it takes a lot of time because you have to take other than Swiggy, then you have to take West, then you have to take greater than or equal to. You should search for these two things, and you should also search for these two things. Instead, advanced filter is classic here. So let's go here, select this entire area, okay, criteria. Now copy to another location. Just go and keep the cursor, and once I click OK, I'll get my data. Check it out. Exactly it is matching this entire criteria. Belongs to 2018, between 200 to 400, only belongs to West and other than Swiggy. You go and filter normally, exactly this is the data you want. Okay, I hope you got the relevance of the advanced filter now. Friends, this is only based on, okay, the formula, based on the constant criteria. Advanced filter can be even done based on the formula also. Let us first look into the couple of other things in the advanced filter. For example, friends, let me take the Same criteria, and I'll apply for one more thing. See, whenever you are selecting the blank cell, the entire data is getting pasted. Yes or no? You have seen all the four columns are getting pasted. But in a real term situation, probably my original data may be having 100 columns. Based on the criteria, I want to extract something, but I don't want all the columns in my final result. Then what I need to do, let's have a look. I hope you're getting my point. My point is, finally, it is taking all the four columns, all the four columns in my original data, from the original data to the final data. But I don't want all the columns. Probably I want the company or maybe the amount. Okay, these two columns only I want. If that is the case, how to get only those two columns? My intention is a situation when I have hundreds of columns. Out of 100 columns, I don't want maybe everything. I want maybe 3 to 4 columns, the final result. Okay, now let's go to the data. Let's go to advanced filter. Now let me take the same criteria. Now, if you observe, copy to another location, I'll take, generally we take blank cell, right? Once you take blank cell, it gives everything. But this time I'll not take blank cells. I'll select these two. That means I'm very much clear to the Excel that Excel, when you are trying to get the data, out of the data, only consider these two columns. Once I click OK, automatically I'll get my answer. Check it out. Absolutely. Here, four items are there. Four items are there. Fasus, 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 Food Panda, and Fasus, 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 Food Panda. Okay, that is the way it works. Friends, one more thing. For example, this, what I'll do, I'll go and paste somewhere, maybe here. Okay, one more item. Where it is 30th. Okay, 265. Let me just give me 1 sec. Now I'll just copy this and I'll paste here. For example, okay. So I'll just delete this and I'll also delete this. Friends, let me give you one more feature. Alt FA. Now let's take the criteria is same. Then I want to get my data from here. Now you will get how many values? 5 values will come. Earlier it was only 4. Now it is 5 because the same item is getting repeated. Now what I want only the company and date, okay, or else company, amount and date. Okay, let's go here, all the FA, then go here, select this entire area. Now copy to another location. Now I want only these 3 columns. Now sorry, these 3 columns. Now let me just click okay. Absolutely. If you observe, friends, even you need not to keep the columns in a correct sequence, still Excel can understand. But have you observed the one more feature is there? Now let me take that. All day FA. Now criteria is same. Copy to another location. Now I want it has to paste here. Now I want unique records only. The meaning is out of the entire data it's going to paste, it will be only unique Excel is expecting. That means, can you tell me what are the unique records out of this entire area? If you observe, now you will only get 4 items. Check it out. First one is duplicate. If you observe, this is a duplicate record. Even Excel is capable of getting okay unique one. That means what is the meaning of it? For example, whenever I want to remove the duplicates for a particular column or maybe records, what I do, for example, in this column I want to extract the unique values only. Then I can simply do like this. I can just go here, okay, removing duplicates. So to remove the duplicates, what we generally do, we copy this, okay, we paste here, then we'll go to the data tab, then we'll go here, we'll remove the duplicates. Instead, even I can follow a different method. Okay, Alt FA, then this what the data. I don't have any criteria. Okay, then I want to copy to another location where, okay, let me take, because I want only the company unique one. So let's take only company. Now let's take company. Now let's go here. So advanced filter, advanced filter. Okay, select this only this column, right? Because I want to get only this column as a result out. Then criteria, I don't want to give anything. Let me give the zero criteria. So this is not there. Now what I can do, copy to another location. I want it has to be pasted from here. Okay, now what happened in the company, select the unique records. So in the A column, only unique records will come. So all those five will come. So this is another way. Okay, so of course this is more simplest because you have a button, you just click the button, you will get it. But I'm just trying to tell you this is also a way where you can get it. Okay, I think there is a question. No question. Okay. If anyone having any question to the year, please let me. Till now, whatever I have covered, see, your advanced filter can even support. Advanced filter supports the when the criteria when the criteria having constants with wildcards with logical operators. Yes or no? We have seen all the examples, and also advanced. We can use the advanced filter. Advanced filter can even work with formula. Okay, this is most important. Please have a look. Till now, whatever we have seen, these all are basically the constants. You are taking the criteria and so on. Now, for example, friends, let us look into this situation. I am inserting one more column here. Now, the same data I've taken here, Control C, Control V. This is amount 1 and this is amount 2. Now, everywhere the amounts are same except at few places. Maybe this is 245, 248, maybe this is 850, maybe this is 999, maybe this is, I'm just changing only couple of values, 150, 85, and this may be, okay, 842, and finally this is, okay, 850, and so on. Some of 5 to 6 places I changed the values. If I ask you the question, extract all the, okay, cases where amount 1 and amount 2 are not matching. I hope you're getting my point. This one, through the filters, how you are going to do, if I'm not wrong, you need to have one more supporting column. Then you will put the difference between this minus this. Then you will put the filter for difference. Then you will take wherever other than zeros, you will take it. You will copy and you will paste outside. Is this correct? Absolutely. Okay, that is the only way we do. How? Let me explain. Difference, this minus this, copy this, paste here, and now let's go here, put the filter. In the filter, take the data other than zeros, copy this, paste somewhere. That is what the steps you need to do if you want to get the difference. Okay, now what I'll be doing, without even touching my original data, still I can extract. Okay, so I don't want this column actually. Okay, now what I need to tell to Excel, I should tell to Excel in such a way, Excel, I want the criteria, but this time the criteria must be based on the formula. I told you, I think long back while I was talking about the conditional formatting, whatever the formula you need to keep, the formula must always give you the result either true or false. Whatever the formula we keep, the result of the formula must, okay, must be either true or false. This is three places we use. I already told you. One is a custom data validation. Okay, sorry. One is a conditional formatting based on the formula. Second one is advanced filter. Third one is custom data validation. Friends, excuse me, just give me 1 minute. Friend, sorry, excuse me. So this is a custom data. In all these three cases, you are going to use this type of thing. Already, do you remember in the conditional formatting, we have given a condition in such a way that if the result is true, it is taking the value. Okay, if the result is false, it's not giving a formatting. In the same way, in the advanced filter, just give me one sec. Yeah. So in the case of advanced filter, it is exactly same. In this case, what I need to do, I should write a formula. Now let me ask the formula. Is this equal, not equal to this? Because whatever the formula I should get here, that must always give me the result either true or false. Now I'm asking the question, is this not equal to this? If it is, then the result is true. If not, false. Now what Excel does, when I ask Excel to give the advanced filter, this formula, it apply for every record because I'm selecting the list range, everything. When it apply to the every record, then it look for the same thing. Is it matching? False in this case. If it is false, it will not take, it will not take, it will not take, it will not take, and so on. Wherever the cases you'll get the result true, then only it will consider. Now what I'll be doing, let's go here, go to the advanced filter. Now friends, I should not take the entire thing, I should take only from here, okay, till here, right? Now criteria range, my criteria range must be, now this is important, you should not only select this. Why? Because if you select this, Excel may consider this as a heading of the criteria. Because in the earlier cases, I have taken the first cell as a heading, then below that criteria I have taken. So that's the reason in this case, you need to select even the blank before that. Very important point. Why I need to select the blanks? Just to tell to Excel I'm not taking any heading, because below a formula is there, you consider based on the formula. Okay. Now I want to copy to another location. Just go here, just put here. Once I click OK, I'll get my records where all are not matching. Check it out. In all these cases, it's not matching. I hope you're getting my point, right? So these are the cases where we use the filters, okay, advanced filter based on the formula. Without even going and touching my original data, I'm just putting a criteria, and based on the criteria, it's working. Now let me take one more example. I want to use AND function. Why AND function is required? Because if all conditions are satisfied, then only the result is true. Even a single condition not satisfied, the result is false. I'm going to use AND function. Now I'll ask a question, small question. What is that? The difference between this minus this must be greater than or equal to, okay, 10 or 100. And also the difference between this minus this must be less than or equal to 500 or else 400. Try to understand. I don't want to take everything where the difference is there, because somewhere even I got the difference of one. I want to ignore them, ignore the small differences. So I'm trying to take here. I want to take all the cases where the difference is greater than or equal to 100 and less than or equal to 400. Now once I enter, this is false because it is equal to 0. I'm talking about only the difference where it is between 100 to 400. Now let's take to advanced filter. Now let me go here, let me select this. Now copy to another location. I want to paste here. Once I click OK, I'll get my answer straight out. Nothing is there. Oh, so 0 to 400 to 400, no values are there. Surprising. Now let us cross check whether it is correct or wrong. I think already I have extracted. Now let's go to my last example. Okay, just now whatever I did, check it out. In this case, the difference is 1, the difference is 30, the difference is, oh, in this case, it should come 699, 999. What is the difference? I think it is yeah, it is, I think, exactly 400 in this case. No, it is 300. It should come. One sec. What I have taken? I have taken D2 minus. Oh, Okay, see, in this case, you will get minus 300. In this case, less than 50. Okay, no, none of the cases you got the difference between this and this is between 100 to 400. Check it out. Excel will never go wrong. Check it out. It is minus. Now, what I'll do, just to understand this situation, the same logic I'll apply. Okay, greater than or equal to minus 400. Okay, minus 100. Okay, minus 400 and less than or equal to minus 100. What is the meaning of it? That must be between 100 to 400 minus. Now you will get, what, this record. Say it out. Alt DFA. Now out of this area, now my criteria is this, sorry, this. Then I want to get into the another location that is already I've selected. Let it be okay. Now let me click OK. Wow. Check it out. Now this is taking exactly between 100 to 400 negative. That's the way it works. Okay. I'll ask you one quick question. What is the formula to get top 5 amounts or else top 10 amounts, right? Now I want to extract, sorry, I want to extract top 10 amounts, okay, out of this. What is the formula you're going to write? Everyone, I'm just giving you 2 minutes time. I hope everyone understood the assignment. The assignment is, out of the data, top 10 amounts I want you to extract, or else top 10 amounts for West. You can make it more bigger. Top 10 amounts for West greater than or equal to, uh, okay, West in 2015, or else maybe 2015 and 2016. Write the formula for this. Everyone just spend 2 minutes. I want to extract the top 10 amounts for the West in the year 2015 and 16. First of all, 2015-16 West 10 items must be there. Then out of 10 items, out of the items, it will take top 10 amounts. Amounts means in my case amount 1. Okay. So amount 1, what is the highest 10 values? It's very simple. Okay, let me try. It's very simple. Here, how many criteria it has to satisfy? First one is it has to satisfy and function. Why so many criteria it has to satisfy? And why? Because it has to satisfy West. So cross check whether B2 equal to West. Yes or no? Wherever it is there equal to West, then my answer is true, otherwise false. Also, the date, okay, must satisfy, sorry, this date must be greater than or equal to 1st January 2015. Is it correct? Absolutely. Instead, you can take date function. Date of 2015, 1st January. This is one criteria. So, okay, don't confuse. B2 cell must equal to West. C2 cell, that's a date, must be greater than or equal to 1st January 2015. And also I told you one more thing. What is that? That must be for 2015 and 16. That means date, okay. C2 again, cross check. It has to follow one more condition. That must be less than or equal to date of 2016 December 31st. Is it correct? Yes. Now one more condition. What is the condition? See, now if you take only till here, can you tell me what will happen? This formula, okay, let me take the formula text. This is what the formula text. This formula is to get the West in 2015 and 2016, right? Now let's go here, Alt F8. Now let's go to criteria range. Now select the criteria. Now let's go here, copy to another location. I want to paste here. Now let me just click OK. Absolutely. Check it out. West 2015 and 16. Now I need to add one more thing to this data. What is that? One more formula I should add. Now let me take the same formula below, or else let me take the same formula maybe somewhere here. Okay. Now to the earlier formula, I should add something. What is that? Now I'm asking top 10 amounts only, right? So how can you put one more condition to get only top 10 amounts? Simple. What I'll be doing, select the amount column. Okay, this data, this must be greater than or equal to. I'll use a function large. In this entire data, extract the 10th largest value. Don't confuse. Okay, little complex formulas, but if you understand the basics, I'm sure these all must be very simple. Okay, don't confuse, please. Just have a look. I've just taken the same example what I did earlier. Now if you observe, I have just taken this formula, last one. What is the last logical test? Cross check whether this amount is greater than or equal to 10th largest value. Friends, when an amount is greater than or equal to 10th largest value, if it is at least 10th largest value, or 9th largest value, or 8th largest value, or 7th largest value, or 6th one, 5th one, 4th one, 3rd one, 2nd one, and first largest value. That means if I use only this function without using this, what is my answer? Top 10 values of the amount one column I'll extract. Yes or no? But in this case, after following all these conditions, also follow this condition. That means out of the data what you got here, now out of these amounts, it will take the top 10 amounts, right? So don't confuse. I've used a small technique to follow. Okay, now have a look. Everyone please have a look. Now I'm going to just go to this formula. I hope everyone understood this one. Okay, now equal to formula text. Now this criteria, this formula is to get 2010 top 10 amounts. Okay, now all DFA, don't confuse, criteria is this actually. Where I want to get my result, let's get the result from here. Now how many amounts you'll get it? Only 10 records. Hey, one sec. D2, I didn't don't get anything. Surprising. One sec. Somewhere it went. No, till here it is fine because there we are extracted. And my D2 must be greater than or equal to this value. In how many instances this entirely will give you true? Only in 10 cases. Now I should get absolutely, it has to follow all this. Oh, huh. Okay. I think I went little wrong. Excuse me. See, I think no, the meaning of this is out of this amount column. Sorry, I confused actually. So out of this amount column, it has to match with West. It has to match with greater than or equal to 1st January 2015, and also it has to match with greater than less than or equal to 31st December. Till here you got the data, and also it has to match that criteria. So how Excel is understanding this criteria must equal to this value top 10. Okay, but maybe this amount one, whatever the values which are here, may not be matching to the top 10 values out of this. To just overcome this, now let me do one thing. I'll take one more thing with the same data. Okay, now let me paste here. Now I'll take 1000. Now you will get one record in this case because, okay, I'll explain again, please don't confuse. Now let's go to the data, let's go to advanced filter. I'm taking the same criteria also. Now I want my data to be pasted from here. Okay, already that location also I've already taken. These many columns I want. Now, friends, if I click OK, out of this entire data, top 10 values it will take. Out of top 10 values, it will uh, also look for other conditions. That means in only one instance, because in one place it is 1000 and also matching all the criteria. If I click OK, if I'm not wrong, that 1000 should come somewhere. Okay, it is missing. So now if I apply the same thing here, that 1000 must come here. Everyone just please have a look. Okay, if any formula related issue is there, I'll anyway explain again, but let me try. So take this, I want to copy to another location. That location is okay, this one. Then let me just click OK. Now you got, are you finding 1000 here? Correct. Now if that is the case, if it is following all these conditions, why it is not extracting? It must be greater than or equal to 10th largest value. Okay, so greater than or equal to 10th largest value, in 10 instances you will get it. Okay, I'll do one thing, friends. This one example I'll just keep aside and I'll explain you in detail maybe tomorrow with many examples. My intention is, let me take piece by piece one after other. Because when we are writing the high, lengthiest formulas, we must be very careful and we should have a control on the formula. See, if I want to get the top 10, my job is very simple. The logic is what? Equal to, check it out whether this value is greater than or equal to large of in this entire area, large of in this entire area, then which largest value? It must be the 10th largest value, right? So I need to take 10. So my intention is, when I'm asking Excel, check it out whether this cell is greater than or equal to 10th largest cell, means that must be either 10th largest or 9th largest and so on. That is what my logic is. In the first case it is false because 516 is not the 10th largest, right? So I'll use advanced filter, then I'll go here, then I'll take this criteria, then copy to another location, just put the cursor here, then once I click OK, I'll get my values. Now if you observe, these all are the top 10 values. Earlier I surprised, I anyway need to look into my data, I need to debug my uh, data and formula. This value earlier has to come because it is satisfying West, it is also satisfying 2015, it is also satisfying okay, top 10, right? So this is what my intention. The same thing, if you want to extract bottom 10 values, that means lowest 10 values, simple. Now my formula is equal to, cross check whether this cell is less than or equal to small in the entire data, comma 10. So if anything is less than or equal to 10th smallest value, that means that maybe 10th smallest or 9th smallest or 8th smallest and so on. So what I'll be doing, I'll just go here, I'll apply the same advanced filter. Now let's go to criteria range. Now select this. Now let's go to, now let me copy to another location. Now I want to copy to another location. I want to keep here. Now once I click OK, I'll get bottom 10 values. Simple. See, these all are the smallest out of the entire crowd. This is 10 values. This is the way our advanced filter works. If anyone having any question, please let me know. That formula I'll anyway cross check again, I'll debug and I'll check it out tomorrow. The advantage of advanced filter is, don't always looking for small data. When your data is used, filtering the data will take a lot of time. And also out of the filter, I want to get, for example, let's say in this itself now, unique values I have is only 5. Let's say if your unique value is maybe 10,000 or 1 lakh, out of 1 lakh, you need to get some 200 items. In those cases, instead of keeping the buttons and so on, I'll take the master data. Generally what we do, we'll take the master data, we'll put a VLOOKUP function. Wherever it is not available, that means that's not matching. Wherever it is matching, then we'll extract. Instead, I can simply paste here, just use the advanced filter so that those all values will be extracted out. That's the use of this. I'm sure, I think I've covered little elaborate the advanced filter. Regarding the formulas, you need to practice little more. Once you start practicing, I'm sure you can easily get it. Okay. Now let me save this and close this. Friends, anyone having any question till here, please let me know. Yeah. Now we'll quickly take 2 minutes break. Okay. Then we'll come back. We'll start the custom data validation. Before that, a little topic of sorting. Sorting will not even take 10 minutes because sorting is basically two types, column wise, row wise. Quickly, for 3 minutes, you can take the break and you can come back. Yeah, friends, let us go into the next topic. This topic is sorting. I know most of the cases we know the sorting. We'll take the same data. I'll use the same data for the sorting. I'm just opening the same advanced filter. Now let me just Control C and we'll paste special values. Now this one must be into the date format. Go here and keep it the date. This must be amount. Friends, sorting is basically two types again. Sorting can be done for two things, rows as well as columns, but by default Excel display column sorting. Okay, now sorting is for three values. Okay, three types of values. What are they? One, numbers. Two, text. Three, date. Date numbers is, if it is numbers, there are two ways of sorting. I can do smallest to largest, or largest to smallest. For text, A to Z, we all know, or Z to A. For date, oldest to newest, or newest to oldest. Then this is okay, this is normal, we all understand how it works. Quickly we'll just try to check it out how it works. Friends, I don't prefer sorting, okay, when you have a data, because the limitation of the sorting is that it reshuffles the entire data. The limitation of the sorting is that it reshuffle the entire data. That means after sorting and saved the file, can you go back to original data? No, you cannot, right? So that is the limitation. That's the reason I don't prefer to go for sorting. What I do, I prefer to go for filter, then I sort. If you go to filter, then are you finding there is a sorting here? Sort, it has sorted. If you remove the filter and it comes automatically to the back. So that's always an advantage position. Now let us try to concentrate what exactly the meaning of sorting. Again, sorting is for a value in the cell, or cell color, or font color. For these three things, sorting is possible. Okay, and also cell icon. Cell icon is basically in our custom sorting, custom formatting. You can find these all are the cell icons, right? These all are the icons. Now let's go here. Let us take this data. Now if I want to sort this data, just select this data. Alt S is the shortcut for sorting. Now I want to sort by, are you finding here column? That means I am doing the column by sorting. I want to sort by company. Now what will happen? A to Z or Z to A you can select, or else if you want based on a cell colors, you can just click this. By default, it's a cell value. I'm just taking the cell values. Let me click OK. So that, alphabetical order, it is taking A to Z. Or else if you want Z to A, then you can still do this. Go sort by, then this is company. Sorry, it's not cell color, cell values. I can go here Z to A. That's fine. Let me say one peculiar question here. If I do the sorting, okay, A to Z, what will happen? I'll get east, west, south, north. Sorry. If I apply a sorting, if we apply sorting for area, A to Z, this is the position. A to Z, can you tell me how it happens? If it is A to Z, east, west, south, north, right? East, north, then south, then and west. Yes or no? These four, this is a sequence. Or else Z to A, simple. It is other way around. West, south, north, and east. See, there is a requirement where I don't want either A to Z or Z to A. I want to keep my own sequence. What is my own sequence? Let's say I want to keep south, north, then west, then east. This sequence is neither A to Z nor Z to A. Then I want to sort the data in this format, in this sequence. What I need to do? Very simple. I can go to the file tab first. I can go to the options. I can go to advanced. First, add this as a list into the sorting. Edit custom list. Now, I've already selected, import this. Now, north, south, north, west, east. This is a sequence. Excel understood. Now, let me click OK. Now, let me click OK. Now, this is nothing but the part of custom sorting now. Now, I'll go here. I'll apply sort. I'll apply for area. I want now the custom list. I want out of the custom list maybe this one. Now are you finding the order? If I click OK, first you'll get south, then north, then west, then east. Check it out. South, then north, south, then north, and so on. Okay. So this is the way we get the custom sorting. Custom sorting is only possible for the text. In fact, as I told you last Saturday, I went to a company. They have a peculiar requirement. They are having amount, then material, okay, then pricing. A lot of fields are there. Cost, lot of fields are there. This is first finished good. For that, there are so many inputs and output. So type of material is there. Type of material is basically O is for output, S for is for scrap, I for is for input. Sometimes from the ERP, when they are trying to take, this will not come into a right, okay, order. Actually, what they need, they want always O must be on top, okay, and the scrap or input that should be below this, so that they can take the sum of these two values, so that output cost will come. Let's say this is 50 and this is, sorry, this is 10 and this is 20. This is the way it get, and they'll apply input for this plus and this minus and so on. But when they are trying to make a sorting, they can sort either IOS if it is A to Z, or else SOI if it is Z to A. But this order is not coming. Okay, for that they were struggling a lot. Exactly the same case. What we need to do, we should go to the custom sorting. We should put OSI. Then once we keep that into the custom list and go to the custom sorting, then automatically your sorting will happen for OSI in this order. Okay, at 10 number of places. Now, as I told you, sorting is even possible for, okay, many levels. Let me add this. I want to have a sorting for, now company is fine, area is fine. Now area company wise. Now if I click OK, for each south, okay, what is the companies there? Check it out. South, it's not changing. But if you look into the area is taking in A to Z Fast Food Panda, Swiggy, okay, Uber Eats, and finally Zomato, and so on. If I want one more level, now check it out. Alt D S, then I want one more level. Now this must be okay. Below, I want to have date wise. Now date must be older to newest. So south, if you observe, 2013 is there, then 2010 is there, then 2015, and so on in different order. Now if I click OK, you will get here the oldest date, the next oldest date, and so on till the newest date. Check it out. See, this is the oldest, the next one, and so on. Now you can go for n levels of sorting. This is what the sort the data based on the column, and you can select this if your data is having headers. If not, you can ignore it. As simple as it. This is very simple feature, as I told you. For example, if I have my data, same data. Now let me just copy this. Control C. Let's paste special transpose. Now it is like this. Now I want to sort my data presented like this. Now I want to sort this data based on which column. So many columns are there, right? So in this case, I cannot do the sorting based on the column. I must do the sorting based on rows. So orientation change from top to bottom to left to right. Then just click OK. Then now it is asking Sharon which row you want to sort. I want to sort the second row. If you click second row, or maybe I want to sort the row fourth, that's nothing but the amount. Then smallest to largest, straight out these all will have an order based on the smallest to largest. If you observe, even your headings got sorted. So what I need to do, I should select from here Alt S, then it's a column wise by default. Let's go to options, put the sorting based on left to right. Let's click OK. Now I want the sorting for fourth row. Once you click OK, now check it out, smallest number to the largest number. Okay, that is what the simple sorting. Custom sorting is only the thing which I would like to cover here, which is very important. This is the one. Other than that, it's very simple. We are using the sorting for many years and so on. Okay, if anyone having any question till here, please let me know. Can you go ahead? Yes. Now let me just select this, the sorting. Now what I want, let's look into the very important aspect of data validation. What is data validation? Basically restricting the users only to enter valid data in the cell. That means when user is trying to enter, Excel pick up that cell value and Excel cross check at the back end whether it is a valid data or invalid data. How do Excel know it's a valid data or invalid data? Based on the criteria which I'm going to provide. This is exactly like our conditional formatting and advanced filter based on the form. We'll take one example. Let's say to file income tax return, okay, PIN code is important. Let's say I'm preparing a small template where PIN code is very important. Okay, what is the criteria here? PIN code must be always 6 digit. Yes or no? Let's say if I send this file to my client, whenever there is a field names PIN code, just whenever there is a field name PIN code, he can enter whatever he want. Do you think Excel is stopping him? No. I want Excel to stop him if he is not entering the correct format or maybe correct numbers. For that, we use the data validation, for which you need to go to the data, go to the data validation. Now you can go here. These all are the criterias. Data validation is basically having three things. I'll explain all these three tabs. Now, validation criteria. What I need, I want Excel to allow. I want Excel to allow any number? No. Whole number only, first of all. That whole number must be between 1000000 and maximum Triple nine. See, anyway, you need to enter a number. That number must be a 6-digit number. How can I call a number is 6-digit number? That must be greater than or equal to 10 lakh, and that must be less than 1 lakh, and that must be less than or equal to 9,99,999. Right? Once I click OK, if you enter something a 6-digit number, then only it will allow. Whenever I'm trying to enter something which is not 6-digit number, Excel will cross check at the back end. It is showing a value. This value doesn't match the validation restrictions defined for the cell. Please enter the correct value. Are you finding any confirmation button or okay? No, it is always retry. Retry means I'm literally stopping the user to enter the correct values. Okay, now check it out. Absolutely. Or else if you're trying to take 1, 2, 3. But in this case, because in this case, pin is generally people knows this, so that's fine. But in some of the cases, how do user know that there is a criteria and he has to follow the criteria properly? That's the reason we have one second. I mistakenly selected this queries and connections, so it is trying to take the queries from my Excel. Yeah. Now, how do user, once he keep the cursor, get to know that this cell is having a validation? So let's go to the data. Let's go to validation. Now, for this criteria, I'm giving a input message. The meaning of input message is once he go into that cell, this message will appear. What is this message? Mr. Please enter 6-digit number only. Okay, let's click OK. Now the user went into the cell. Are you finding there's a this you can move it, just hold it and you can move wherever you want. But let it be generally that is below that. So for this cell, he need to enter this. Then he'll read this and he'll enter 6-digit number. Even after reading, he's entering 6-digit. He's not entering 6-digit number. That means I can even change the customization of the final pop-up. This is for the input message. This is basically once he enter invalid data, what alert it has to give. In this case, it is stop because I don't want to allow him. Title, it is by default giving you the the description of you entered a invalid data. There is a restriction, right? Now I can customize, Mr. Okay, please enter 6-digit. You cannot enter whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You cannot enter whatever you want. Please read the instructions carefully. If you still don't understand, if you still do not understand, please call to +917022345678. It's my number. Let's click OK. Now what happened? Let's say he entered something wrong. This is correct. No, let's say he entered something wrong. Now this is customized message. Mr. You cannot enter whatever the numbers you want. Please read the instructions carefully. If you still do not understand, please call to so and so number. Okay, so this is the way I can make a template. Okay, this is just the pin number. There are so many criteria. So the criteria, another criteria is, let's say date of birth is also very important. I can have a data validation for the date of birth. Let's go to the settings. I want whole number is done. Decimal is basically the percentage. List we already covered. If you can select the list of values, that drop down will come. If he's entering anything out of the drop down, it will not date. You can even take the date. That's the 1st January 1900 to 31st March 2019. Let's say I'm filing income tax return. I feel this is what the maximum date anyone is having. Let's say he's entering 1st January 1980. It works. Let's say 1st January 1890. It will not work because that is outside the range. In this case, I cannot stop the user. Okay, I have to give him a warning. Okay, so what type of warning we should give? Let's go here. Data validation. Now error alert. I'll not stop. I'll just give him a warning. Mr. The age is okay. The date is going okay less than 1900 year. Are you sure? Okay, if I click OK, now what will happen? Let's say if someone is trying to enter 1980, if we enter, it has allowed. Oh, sorry. Now if we enter a invalid data 1890, now it is not stopping him. Stop means retry. Unless he enters the correct data, it will not allow. But here it is a warning. Warning is basically with his confirmation, we are allowing him. Tomorrow, if something goes wrong, we can tell him you yourself has fed the data, so we will not validate the data and so on. If I click yes, it's not, it's allowing inside. Some of the cases where whenever invalid data is there, I want to give some warning. Okay, for example, let's say gender is there. Okay, now I feel the gender, okay, basically, okay, male or female. Now there is a third gender who is trying to enter others. I cannot stop here because there may be a chance of third gender. If that is the case, why you did not keep it into list? I did not keep it into list because maybe out of my 1,000 clients, one may be others. Just because of one person, I don't want to keep because maybe male or female mistakenly select others. So what I'll be doing, I'll just go here. So I'll just go to error alert. This time I'll not stop. I'll not give him a warning. I'll just give the information. Information stating that, okay, hope you are sure about your answer. If someone is mistakenly selects, okay, if someone is mistakenly selects, then he'll read this question, he'll go back. If someone is correct actually, then he'll, okay, just go ahead. Now, when I'm trying to select from the drop down, that's fine. Let's say if I'm trying to select something out of the drop down, others is there. Now this time it is not the retry, it is not the yes or no, because it's not even a warning. This is just the information. That's the reason we are having a button. So anyway, it will allow, but before allowing, it is taking you the confirmation from your end. That's the meaning of it. So the very important part, people doesn't concentrate on the, okay, error styles, but error style is very important. Let's look into the data validation. Okay, now I'm just trying to take this pop-up. Settings is very important, one piece. Control C, Control V. Now we'll try to talk on each and everything. Yeah, input mess settings. Then settings is basically having setting controls the criteria from the list of the criteria. Then input message displays once user keep the cursor in the cell, in the validation cell. Error alerts displays in case the user enters invalid data into the validation cell. In case of invalid data, there are three types of errors. One is stop, the other one is warning, the other one is information. Stop is basically stops the user until he enters, unless he enters the valid data. Retry button. Warning allows the user in case of invalid data but with his confirmation. You'll find yes or no buttons. Information allow the user anyway even in even he enters invalid data but shows some information, you have only OK button. That's all. Okay, this is very important. Now let us look more into the criteria part. Okay, this is just to understand what is the meaning of input message, what is the meaning of error alerts. Now we'll try to more look into the criteria part. Now friends, are you finding there is a criteria if I go to the data validation? Okay, are you finding there is a criteria including the custom? This is very important. Here I can customize my data. Even based on a formula, I can validate the data whether the user is entering the correct data or wrong data. Please have a look. Just give me one sec. Yeah. Now let's let me go here. Okay. Or else I'll just go here. Now there is an amount one here. This is amount two. Sorry, this is amount one, and this is amount two. And amount one is some numbers are there 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Or else I can give a data validation for the amount one. What data validation? Let's say in this area I'm trying to take. So this is what the area I want to apply the data validation. For this, the data validation which I want is this amount must be a whole number, always must be greater than or equal to 100. Let me put OK. Now if you're trying to enter 50, it will not allow because it's having a data validation. It must be always greater than or equal to greater than 100. So it will allow 2000, it will allow 150, it will allow 101, it will allow 100, it will not allow because it's greater than I said. Now what I can do, my amount 2 is depending on amount 1. I can do in this way. Now I can go to simply data validation and I can use the custom. Now again, it is asking the formula. What type of formulas I should enter here? Whatever the formula that must give you the result either true or false. If the result is true, that means it's a valid data, system will allow the user. If the result is false, that means it is an invalid data, the system will not allow the user. As simple as it. In this case, my result must be, I need to, I have this amount must be always less than this amount. Okay, amount 2 must be always lesser than the amount 1. So what I need to do, amount 2 must be always less than amount 1. Okay, for example, if I enter here 50, now is 50 less than 1000? True. If it is true, it will allow. Now it's here, if let's say I put 2000, is 2000 less than 1000? False. That means it will not allow. It will stop or based on error alert, right? Let me click OK. Now, let's say 500. Wow. Let's say 100, let's say 1750. Wow. Let's say 200. No. Why? Because 200 is not less than 150. So it will stop. This is what, based on a formula, I can restrict the user. Maybe because it is 150, it's not allowing. If it is 500, now you can go and enter 200. I hope you're getting my point. Now if I put 100, okay, it will not allow because you cannot put less than 100. If I put 150, I know this is one more question. Sharon, we have already given a data validation here that, okay, if this amount must be always greater than, less than or equal to this amount, but in this case, it's not less than. But already data validation is there. Friends, data validation is not dynamic. That means if you change any of the original data, this will not automatically give a trigger. Actually, that's the correct one, but Microsoft has to look into that. because if I change this to 100 or 120, automatically I should get a pop-up stating that Sharon, maybe for this cell it may be valid, but for this cell it is invalid because this cell will impact. But in those cases, what I'll be doing, I'm talking about a case study like this. Now, already there are numbers. Everyone, please have a look. I'm not entering, already there are numbers random between 200, 100 to 1000, right? Copy paste special value, or else let it be. Let this be. Now, I'll go for this and I'll give the data validation that the amount, okay, in this, let's go to the formula. The amount in this must be greater than or equal to 200. That means already there are less than or equal to 200 are there. That means it's invalid data, correct. In those cases, what I do, it will not impact, but I'll just go here, I'll select this data, I'll ask Excel, please highlight the invalid data. Are you finding? Circle invalid data. Once I click, see, it has highlighted all the invalid data. If I put F9, my numbers will change. Now, clear the circles. Now I'll ask Excel to look into this invalid data again. Now, look into one sec. One sec. Yeah. Now look into invalid data. Now see, this is. So here two things. One is to validate the data already you entered also, data validation is possible. Or do you want to allow any new data? Data validation is possible. Data validation is basically for two things. Very important. Data validation for two things. One is to validate the data which has already entered, which is already in cells, or else to validate the data before the user enters. In both the cases, this case just now I talked about, if the data already entered, how to select the invalid data, give the data validation, circle invalid data. If you want to clear the validation circles. Now if I put F9, numbers will change. If I ask Excel again, please circle invalid data, it will circle. Okay, this one I was talking about while I am entering, right? Now this is data, basic data validation. This is rules. This is invalid data, circle invalid data. Let's look into the custom. Okay, as already we started covering custom because based on the formula we started taking. Now please concentrate. Let's say for example, a vendor is there, a client is there for me. He is providing the professional services, right? I need to give the professional charges. So all his invoices, my staff is maintaining in a spreadsheet format. So amount, invoice number is there, amount is there, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on, 5 6 7 and so on. Now let's say this is the area, but there is a income tax provision with respect to the professional fee paid. If it is more than 30,000, in case of more than 30,000 we should charge TDS. Yes or no? We should deduct TDS. In case of greater than 30,000, TDS should be deducted. Yes or no? Yes. Now my staff is started giving the numbers one after other. 10,000, 15,000. Let's say this is 10,000, 15,000, 15,000. Already 30,000 gone. Where is a trigger for my staff that when they are trying to enter anything more than 10,000 or 30,000, okay, in this case, it should trigger that Have you deducted the TDS? I hope you're getting my point right. Try to understand. I'll just go to the data. I'll go to the data validation. Let's go to the uh, custom. Now my formula must be, first I'll take the formula in one single cell so that you can understand. This formula I'll copy paste here. See what I want here, I want to have a true till it is less than or equal to 30,000. If it is greater than or equal to 30,000, the cumulative value, it has to give me what? False. So equal to, I'll use a function. The cell of this must be greater than or equal, sorry, less than or equal to the sum of the cumulative sum. This is what the cumulative formula I already covered, right? Now, what is the meaning of it? Before cell, as of now, nothing. Sum of before column before nothing is 0 is less than or equal to 0, true. For example, if I put 10,000, true, because 10,000 is still less than total. Okay, now I need to take not this, one sec. I'll take, check it out whether this entirely must be less than or equal to 30,000. Now, earlier one I'm just trying to cross check. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to take the sum of this entire cell. Is it less than or equal to 30,000? True. Now for example, 15,000. Now copy this formula and paste below. Now what will happen? Sorry. Now what will happen? Control C, control. Now the cumulative of this, is it less than or equal to 30,000? Still yes. Now let us take another 5,000. Now if I copy paste, do you think still it is true? Yes, because it is 30,000. Now let me take 2,000. Now if I copy paste, do you still think it is true? False. Why? Now the cumulative is less than or equal to 30,000. So what Excel has to do, in all the true cases, it has to allow, but in the case of false, it should allow, but with a warning message stating that, or questioning, have you deducted the TDS? Now what formula I should write here? Now let me delete Alt L. Let's go here. Let's go to custom. Now I'm asking the question equal to some open bracket. Cross check whether the cell is less than or equal to 30,000. Okay. So let me select this before. Let me give the dollar symbol because it should not change based on my, okay, copy paste. Since active cell is this entire formula works for this row. Now active cell, this is relative. If I copy this formula and paste below, $b $4 is same, it automatically take b5. That means it will take the total of these two. If I further copy paste below, 1 2 3, further copy paste below, 1 2 3 4, and so on. Now let me click OK. Now if this is the case, am I need it has to stop? No, it should not stop. You can enter, but it should give me a warning. It should just give me a warning. Warning is, dear staff, have you deducted TDS? Let me click OK. Now let me put 5,000. Wow, it will allow, no problem. 6,000, it will allow. 7,000, it will allow. 8,000, it will allow. 9,000, I doubt, because 11,000 plus 7,000, 18,000 plus 8,000, 26,000 plus 9,000, 35,000, it will stop. Stating that, have you deducted the TDS? Okay, then client staff will confirm. If not, he'll simply deduct. If yes, then he'll put S. That is the way, even based on the formula, we can control my data. Friends, I'll give you a small assignment. Okay, I'm sure you can do this. PAN is there. PAN is also having validation, right? It's having a proper syntax, right? What is the syntax of the PAN? It has to follow a couple of rules. What are the rules? Let's say length of the PAN must be 10 digits. Then first digit, second digit, third digit, fifth digit, 10th digit must be A to Z. Of course, fifth digit is the first character of the last name, but just for the understanding purpose. Now, sixth digit, seventh digit, eighth digit, ninth digit must be between 0 to 9. Fourth digit must be, okay, P. I'm just taking about talking about, for example, only the individuals. Now this is rule type, this is rule. Now my question is, if user is trying to enter invalid PAN as per the syntax, not as per the income tax department, Excel doesn't know whether it's a valid PAN or invalid. As per the syntax, if user is trying to enter invalid PAN, okay, then it should stop. If it is valid, it should accept. This is an assignment for all of you. Whenever you get time, please start working on this. Now what I need to do, I should go to the custom data validation. I should write a formula in such a way it has to satisfy all the conditions. What formula you need to write in case it has to satisfy all the conditions? And function. Okay. In case of and function, it satisfies all the conditions. Okay. In this case, probably you may need to even use the code function also. I request you to read these two functions. Functions required. Read about code and character function from the F1. I'm sure you can easily understand. Character is the function as per the computer. For every character, there is a code as per the ANSI code, right? So that character it will give you equal to, for example, character of 65. That means as per the computer, 65 means uppercase A. Now this is an opposite function. What is the code for A? 65. Okay, this is the meaning of this. Okay, and also you need to use and function. Why? Because all conditions has to be satisfied, and also you may need to use mid function or left or right function. Why? First you need to extract a digit, then to validate. Obviously, right? How can I validate a digit? Third digit I want to validate. How can I validate the digit unless I extract it? To extract, you may need to use the mid function. And probably to validate, you may need to use is number, is text, or is error. In fact, I've given you most of the clue. Okay, by using these functions, maybe all functions may be required, or not all the functions, maybe 2 to 3 functions may be required. By using these functions, can you please honestly try today whenever you get time, so that you can understand a couple of other formula related basics. Okay. This is what about custom data validation. If anyone having any question, please let me know. Okay, friends, that's all for today. And you can try with n number of examples with the custom, n number of examples. Seriously, if you want to try, even for example, if I want to, one more example, last one I'll cover. Let's say I want to have a name of the person. This name must contain, let's say, S in its name. The validation must be name must contain yes in its text. Okay. Then what type of formula you're going to use? How to tell to Excel that whether it is having yes or no, yes or not. Okay. So I use a simple function. I think I covered a function names find function. Yes or no? Find function finds a digit or character in a text. It will give you the position number. Do you all remember the find function? Yes. Find and search, these two functions are same, because find is not a case sensitive. Sorry, find is a case sensitive, search is not a case sensitive. In this case, I'll use search function, because let him enter whatever S, whether it's a lowercase or uppercase. What I'll do, find for S where within this cell, close bracket. Friends, if I enter now, it's a value error. Why? Because S is not there. If S is there, let's say Saran. Now it will give me the position number, or else it is super 1, or else it is let's say access, yes is there 5, or else it is outlook, is there S? No, false. It's value error, because S is not there. Now can I ask a simple question? Because you cannot write a formula which should give you number or error. What formula I should give always here? Whatever the formula, that must give me the result either true or false. Now I'll simply ask the question, is it number, the result of the search function. When this is number, whenever you have something with is yes, if it is yes, then find function will give me a number. Then finally I'm asking the question, is the search result is a number? If number true, otherwise false. For example, as I told you, Outlook, is it having yes? No. If it is not having yes, can you tell me what is the search function giving you the answer? Search function is giving me value error. Now again I'm asking the question, is the value error number false? So it is false. This is the way you can do that. Now what I can simply do, I can copy this, I can go here and I can go to data validation, I can go to custom. Let's put the formula here, control V. I'm sorry, I think I have not copied properly. Control C, go here, data validation. Let's go to custom data validation. Let's put the control V. Now exactly control O. Now let's say ABC. It will not allow. Why? Because it's not having S. Saran, it will allow. Why? I'm sorry. Saran, it should allow. One sec. What formula I entered surprisingly? One sec. Control C. Now already L. See, I have not given equal sign. Mistake. I need to start my formula with equal sign, right? Yeah. Now it will work. Now Outlook, it will not work because S is not there. Saran, S is there. Suman, S is there. Access, S is there. ABC, BCDEF, S is not there. It will not allow. Like this, hundreds of things you can make it. But here the important thing is the rules. What is the rule? The rule must be always formula must give you the result either true or false. In what instances formula give you a result either true or false? In the case of logical operators, in the case of information functions, in the case of AND function, in the case of OR function, at n number of cases. Okay. So try with many different examples in your office. Maybe if you stuck up somewhere and let me know. Okay. Let me just save this and let me save this and close this. Friends, I'm sending all these three materials through WhatsApp. So tomorrow, don't miss the session. I'll be covering the what if analysis for all the finance people as well as software engineers. Also, it is very important because when you have, I'll give my final data. Okay,